They just came on our radar. You see there in 2006, that was our first year with them. We increased sales significantly last year, and this year a 72% increase. It's a huge increase. And there's a reason for that. One of the reasons is standing over there, the support you get. But it's not just Chris alone, the tremendous support staff behind him. And we learned a lot. We went out to Greenville, and Greenville. And visited the office and saw what was taking place there. There's a reason Nuvox is stand out. And here's some of it right here. Attrition is very low. Fallout is very low. And again, our definition of fallout is when you put an order in, do you get commission on the back end? Does it pass credit? Does it go through provisioning? Does it have facilities issues? Whatever else? Does a bill come out, and does the customer stick around long enough to actually pay a bill? Nuvox has an amazingly low rate of fallout. When you put an order with Nuvox, you can pretty much guarantee that it's going to go through. Always issues we're in telecom, that's the way it is, but Nuvox does stand out. Also retention. If you look between 2006 and 2008, one of the best in terms of retention. Putting in customers in 06 and 07, chances are they're still around. Very, very high retention, very low fallout, the lowest fallout during those years. So a fantastic organization, fantastic products. And as we talked about this morning, we talked about change, we talked about trying on some new things, trying out some different things. They've got new products. They're not standing still on what they've done in the past. In fact, and I realize you're going to go through the introduction, Jason, I'm sorry, here I go again. We're very privileged to have Mike Gallagher with us, who is the founder of FDN and former president of FDN also when they merged, I believe. His official title now is President of Strategic Sales. And we appreciate having him. You know, when FDN, we didn't work with FDN, we worked with Nuvox, and when they merged, it about doubled the size of the company. I had no idea how big FDN was and what they added to Nuvox. A tremendous footprint, tremendous product set for the small businesses that we're able to sell now, and what they're doing in a combined effort with Mike's effort in rolling new products in is expanding upon not just that footprint, but the product set. So, open your minds a little bit. Be prepared to try on some new things. We'll get educated about Nuvox and some new products and services. I'll turn the time over to Jason Deshawn, the Regional Vice President of the West.
All right. Well, my speech is pretty much done. I said everything. So let me just start. I appreciate you guys having us here today. It's a great privilege to be here in front of you all. A couple things I just want to say real quick, and then Mike is going to come up here and talk. A few years ago, like Adam said, we started back in 2006. It took a long time to get everything rolling and you guys on board. I had you all for about 6 months. I know quite a few of you. But the person that I handed you all off to, Chris over here, super fantastic job with you guys. He's one of our best deal managers in the company, and I think that quite honestly, he's probably the best person for you, best fit technically, everything he does, along with Aaron over there, who will also be talking to you all, who's taking over the existing accounts, does everything with you all.
Or two.
Oh, thanks. It's money for later. So anyway, thanks.
I need you to taping right now. That's what I'm whispering.
No, I'm not going to back. But anyway,
these are 10. Okay.
These are actually it's kind of tricked me. It's 20 and a couple ones.
Like the first bill, Dave.
Yeah, that's all right. That's right. So today we're going to talk. Mike Gallagher is our president. Going to come up here and kind of talk to you with the state of Nuvox, where we're headed, some of the platforms that we're rolling out. Chris is going to also go over some of the applications that we're dealing with going forward. And with that, hand it over to Mike Gallagher.
Can we spread that money around a little bit, Jason?
I think we can.
Don't we have some footballs and money in it? I don't hear anybody want a football and money in it. I don't have that much arm! There you go. I got an elephant. Anybody didn't get an elephant? I don't think the elephants have any money in it.
So if you guys got one of those, there's really not money in there.
Yeah, we
But bring us some football. We have some gift cards.
We have some gift cards. So we're going to throw some footballs out and just kind of keep everybody awake and move into Vegas. I don't know. Are we pumping oxygen into this room here, Patrick?
No, you should do it towards
Keep everybody
lounge.
I appreciate it. I'm Mike Gallagher. I came to Nuvox through a merger. We did a stock merger with my company, FDN. And so I am now basically running sales and product development, business development for the company. And I thought we'd go over a couple of things. One, I thought I'd give you our Chief Financial Officer's presentation, just dumbed down for me as a salesperson by training to give you some numbers and general feeling of how we're doing company-wide strength. I know when I was selling, it was very important to me to represent my company as a financially strong company, and I think you'll be pleased to see how we stack up. So I want to make sure you all understand how we're doing there, and then I want to go into the product set a little bit. We think we have a very exciting door-opening product set, and then I want to just close with some numbers about our relationship. So I'll get a clicker here and see if we can. Here we go. Revenue-wise, Nuvox is approaching about $575 million in revenue for 2009. So we have a strong top line, but not quite $1 billion in revenue. That is a short-term goal. EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, as you know, a common measure in the CLEC industry. We have strong EBITDA growth, which did about $117 million in 2008, and that continues to grow. And that's at about a 21% EBITDA margin, which is a very strong margin. We'll talk about a little bit. Operating cash flow, very important metric. Basically, our EBITDA less our capex, so all the cash we have to reinvest back into the business, or dividend to shareholders, or acquire other companies, or invest as we see fit, or service debt, is very strong, one of the top in the industry, and revenue per employee is also very strong as we grow top line. Our debt is very manageable, $260 million. We'll talk a little bit more about this, but with the EBITDA growth, our leverage is declining rapidly. Why that's important, as you all know, there was a little bit of a party that went on in the last couple of years with debt. Well, kind of feel that a little bit. Just like the consumer ramped up, businesses ramped up their debt. And I want to make sure you understand you're representing a very solid, rapidly deleveraging company. We stack up, we think, the best in the industry. Our leverage profile is 2.5 times. Our debt is only 2.5 times our EBITDA. So since we're in Vegas, I guess you can kind of think of it as, 2 or 3 drinks is okay. You probably been okay the next day, right? More than 3, leverage ratio, you're going to have a little bit of a hangover the next day. That's not to say you're not going to be able to fight through it. And if you have time and money, you can get through your debt. But Nuvox is very strongly positioned with a very strong balance sheet. How do we stack up versus the competition? Number of employees, as you can see, we rely on a smaller number of very talented employees like Chris and like Aaron, like Jason, to serve our customers. So we've got about 1,700 employees in Greenville. Greenville is a very large chunk, about 800 employees in Greenville. We have, again, strong revenue per employee of about $360. Gross margin-wise, we're right up there. CBeyond is very strong in gross margin. I don't want to give you guys, ideas for selling other competitors' products, but they have a higher ARPU than us, so their average customer is a little bigger, which creates a little bit higher margin. We're trying to figure that out right now. Our EBITDA margin, as I said earlier, really is second only to Time Warner Telecom, who has a lot of fiber, so that's pretty strong. Operating cash flow margin, very strong, again, second only to Time Warner, and free cash flow, we're right there. So strong balance sheet, very strong financial operation, very solid company. Our back office, the CLECs, in theory, should have consolidated quicker by now. If you remember the LD days, as was described earlier in the 90s, when the LD companies would get together, it was simply getting together, pick a change, fire all the accounting people, and then we have a merger and we're done. We'll move on down the road. CLECs have a very intertwined back office. The back office is really complicated. There's There's facilities engineering systems with assets in them that have to be mapped together. There's multiple billing systems. And anyway, the CLECs have not consolidated yet because it's a very difficult task to put all that together. And we are almost to the point of having our back office seamlessly all together. What that means to you is faster provisioning times, better product, and better prices. We'll be able to hit the market with better prices. So we also should have a commission system that allows you to do some real-time online things that you're not able to do with us right now. Our products. I want to talk a lot about our products here. Well, I'll talk quickly about our products, but this is really the exciting part of our company. We have an IT-centric network. We somehow backed into this. I'd like to say, yeah, we thought about this ahead of time and we built a VoIP network from the beginning. But we're a legacy 1998 era carrier. We bought Nortel switches and Lucent switches then. And around 2001, 2002, rather than buy more Class 4, Class 5 iron to build a long-distance network, we decided, let's take a risk on these Sonos switches, let's take a risk on building an MPLS network, and handle our long-distance traffic that way. And if that blows up, we still have the tandem switches that we can run the traffic over. And it worked. So 2003, 2004, we were perfectly positioned to just simply add feature server. We added a Cilantro feature server, and then started deploying Cisco routers instead of AdTran, TDM, dumb channel banks. And voila, we have the Vox IP product, Vox IP family of products. So we backed into this great network. We're very proud of it, but I wanted to give you guys the honest path on how we got there. So what does that create? Well, that creates what I call a group of door-opening products. I sold, first 10 years of my career, I was quoted as sales rep for, sold Executone phone systems, sold private lines for the old Wiltel, the original Wiltel that didn't go under before I became entrepreneurial. And I know what it's like to get that appointment and to have something to talk about on that first call. And we've got things to talk about on that first call. Vox IP is our burstable T1, okay? If we want to just call it a burstable T1, that's all the customer wants, wham, we can write it up, no problem. We can play that game. But we've got other things to talk about. We've got the web portal. We can show the customer how to have his phone ring 3 times at his desk and 2 times at his cell phone and then at his house if you want. We have customers in Florida. There's a lot of Floridians here, I understand. There's a couple of Floridians. When the hurricane's coming, show the customer how to call forward the Boca Raton calls to Atlanta. We have a new product. You see the elephants out there. That's our SIP trunking. Get it? The trunking thing there? Now you get it. I actually thought that was a pretty good idea. Play the Dumbo elephant fly video and kick off the West Coast. So with SIP trunking, there's another door opener. If you have an account that maybe is you're working with a VAR, they're thinking about upgrading that PBX, they're not exactly sure. With the SIP trunking products, it's revolutionary. We can help them finance a new PBX with a lower network expense now. And hopefully it's not our network expense you're lowering, somebody else's, and then you put it on our network. But so it's a way to open a door to have something to talk about on that first call and to drive an application sale versus a price, speed sale, which we can all do, but it's kind of fun, more fun, I think, to do to the application side. VoxNet is really a feature on Vox IP. It's the MPLS network, but it can also be sold as a standalone. I was on a call the other day. Customers got multiple 30 locations, dial tone that was under contract, and then they had some internet access lines from the cable company that were cheap, and then we were about to walk out, and oh my gosh, we got this frame relay network that we're paying all this money for. Well, when you add it all together, we can do it all over Vox IP with VoxNet feature, and away we go. We got something to talk about now. We'll just replace the frame relay network, then we'll start adding the voice lines. So again, another door-opening discussion point. Managed services. We're going to talk about that. We've got the firewall data storage. I think you all know a little bit about that. Google Business Apps, which I'll talk about a little bit more, is another way to get a conversation going with the customer. We have 21 buildings around our footprint with big Class 5 iron built out state-of-the-art telco, huge power plants, and we're ripping that Class 5 gear out because we're moving to VoIP, and it's in a couple of centralized data centers. So we have leases on all these facilities. We're cleaning them up. We're polishing the floors. We're putting in a lot more AC power, and we're creating a co-location hosted business. So your customers are going to be asking a lot more for hosting. You can put the server at any one of our 21 sites. It will be SAS 70 certified, which is an accounting lingo thing that your customers will want to have checked, a box that they'll want checked to prove that our systems are secure and all. So we have that product coming as well. It's actually going on right now. Box IP, as you can see, will contribute more than half of our revenue. It already does, and our install base will be more than half of our install base by 2010. Google, this is really a move your cheese kind of thing, especially for me. I kind of feel like a 45-year-old dinosaur sometimes when I'm talking to some of these folks that really understand the Google apps. I've got to learn it. I'm starting with the Gmail myself, but also the Google Docs. I coach a baseball team and a Little League team, and the team mom's got us all on a Google Calendar. So I'm on a Google Calendar, and I use Google spreadsheets at work. So we've got a business version of this, a sort of souped up version of these Google apps that we're offering that are another very good door opener and something that we're going to talk about, I think, in our Q&A a little bit. So that's an exciting thing that Nuvox has for you all. This is a sort of month-by-month summary of the story that you all saw earlier. Almost growing to 100,000 in MRC revenue in the course of a year. That's awesome. You all are our top selling dealer. We really appreciate the business. We appreciate everything you do. We're kind of looking at this on a different way. This is sold. This is what I sort of whip Jason for every month. So he got a good whip in there in December. But actually, I would never whip Jason. He's not done for me. And our goal is about $15,000. So. And we're really looking forward to bringing these new products into the partnership and really enhancing your ability to sell on our platform. So I appreciate the business. We appreciate the business. We're glad to be out here with you all. I'm going to turn it back over to Jason.
All right. Just make sure it works. All right, so our next guest of honor, the ponytail man himself. He has a new nickname starting this morning. His new nickname is called Sling Blade. There's a book that I was introduced to called Max Tucker. I don't know if you read it. Tucker Max. But that's my new nickname for Chris. So if you guys, whenever you guys talk to him next, make sure you call him Sling Blade. There he is.
As if the OU jokes weren't enough. Oh, you will pay. No worry. The presentation. Oh, it's there's two different ones. There's a second one here. One last thing on this slide is Patrick changes it out. Our new goal for Telarus this year is $15,000 a month. That's what we're working toward. We've hit that mark a couple of times, and we're definitely working. Wow, I like this. This is fancy. That's definitely something we're working toward. It's funny. We remember when we started when we were going $3,000. $3,000 would be a great month. Then it was $5,000. Then it was $6,000. And then it was $7,000. Now it's $10,000. Now we're going for $15,000. That is phenomenal growth. I've been with Nuvox for 8 years. I'm working with you guys for almost 3 now, and I've never seen that kind of growth. And that is a tribute to everything that you guys bring to the table. But it's time to change things up a little bit. It's time to evolve. I remember when we started, what's the big website? The thing that gets us all our links. Shop for T1. Shop for T1. We're moving beyond the T1 in 2009, and definitely in 2010. It's been a tried-true technology. We love it. It's still the backbone of everything that we do today. But it's only a small piece of the pie. Today, you're all used to getting your revenue that way. We're going to be challenging you in 2009 and 10 to get outside that box and to move into new technologies. Google Business Apps is the beginning. This is talking about a whole new type of revenue stream for you, where you're asking questions like, are you using Microsoft Exchange today, instead of how much are you spending on your long distance bill? You're asking questions about, how do you do your video conferencing today, instead of, well, how much bandwidth do you need? It's a whole new feature set, a whole new way of looking at things. And one of the greatest things about these products is it's something you can sell to anyone. So I no longer have to hear Bill Bird yell at me for not having something in the darkest corner of South Carolina. Why aren't you here? I need you here. I'm not. But whether you're selling a Nuvox or one of our distinguished competitors, you can throw Google Business Apps on every single customer. Beyond that, it's a cool, sexy product. Bandwidth is bandwidth. Long distance is long distance. Sometimes we hate talking about long distance and local because, oh my God, everybody's talking about it. But this is cool. This is new. Now, that being said, we understand it's a quantum shift in what we're doing, the way we're doing business today. That's one of the things I want to introduce today is how we're going to be changing up the support for Telarus for 2009. Don't worry, I'm not going away. The first part is me. Starting tomorrow, I've had my security blanket taken away from me. As many of you know, for as long as I've been working with Telarus, not only have I been helping you guys out, but I've also been taking care of smaller little guys in that little state that Andrew and I like to call home, Oklahoma. I'm now being tasked solely with making you guys bigger and badder and getting you to $15,000. So you can thank Jason for that or blame Jason for that, either one. The biggest thing is that's more availability for you. As Telarus gets bigger, you guys keep calling, keep needing things. And I want to maintain that same level of speed and accuracy that you've come to expect. So look for me to be sitting in that office from 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. every day, making sure you guys are taken care of. I'll also be handling all the ICB quotes, anything that's going to be a little outside the geo-quote norm, I'll still be taking care of that. And my core focus is going to be getting you guys Google-fied. That includes a lot of training, the biggest piece being our new Coffee Talk series. Who here has attended one of the Coffee Talks? We've had 2 of them. Wow, it's quiet on those calls now. Where's Zachary Schechter? Oh, he didn't make it.
He'll be here tomorrow.
He'll be here tomorrow, okay. He's always got to be on those calls too. You need to attend to just hear the jokes Zach makes at my expense. But that's going to be the focus. We want to have more and more training available. And not that structured, boring stuff like I'm doing today, but just more open communication where you guys feel you can come into a training and just bring your scenarios. It doesn't even have to be something you're doing with Nuvox. You want to bring a question based on another technology that you're dealing with? Bring it. Chances are either myself or Greg Hancock and you all have met or Chad with on the phone will be able to take care of it for you. Also, we want to start doing some trainings just for the new guys. These will be sponsored by Nuvox and available for our new Telarus closers. They're all going to be done via Google. Can't wait to learn how we do that. It's going to be awesome. But we'll be offering these trainings specifically for the new folks. So anyone here, if this is your first conference with Telarus, you may have been here a short amount of time, we want to give you more availability to Nuvox so that you can ask questions, find out how we sell things, find out what's the easiest way to sell things, and some of the pitfalls to avoid. Also, we're going to update the back office. You're going to see, we keep that back office pretty updated today, but you're going to see a whole new section of stuff going in there that's all Google information. Again, we're going to have you guys so sick of that word, it's going to be awesome. And also coming in April, one thing I'm looking forward to is a new monthly newsletter that's going to be called Nuvox Power. I'll be going out to all the Telarus agents via some handy-dandy help from the Telar alert system. I think that's how we're going to send it out. And there'll be some articles, recognition, selling tips, and everything specifically tailored for our friendly master agents out there. So be looking for that coming in April. In other words, I'm going to be just as busy, just not as busy with the Oklahoma guys. I'll be busier with you folks. But you guys are going to keep growing, right?
Right. Yep. Oh yeah.
You guys are going to keep growing, right?
Right. Yeah.
We're going to hit $15,000 this year, right?
Right. Yeah.
All right. And God, great that happened to me. We're bringing on someone new as well. We're bringing on another dealer manager that will be working with me in the Oklahoma City office. With any luck, she'll be starting in April, and she's going to become a new primary person where I'm on the phone, you need something emergent, an urgent issue, you're going to call her. And she'll be a backup. It'll even be on my voicemail. This is an emergency. Hang up and dial this person to give you another avenue for quoting information and also to get back to quicker paperwork turnaround. You know, sometimes you guys, and I love it, but you guys hit me with 18 contract requests at once. It's taking me a little bit of time to get that to you. We're bringing on someone else to just help us get those contracts out faster. Quoting faster, contract faster, ICBs faster. And also she'll take care of some of the tracking of issues, simple changes and so forth. I'm excited. I'm very excited because I've got a lot of long hair, but I got a lot of long gray ones now. I don't like that. So they're going to bring her on to help me out and hopefully give me a little bottle of hair color to go along with it. She'll also be the new primary backup for me. So, not a chance, man. Patrick told me when I came in here, what the heck? It's not down to your butt yet. I told him when you hit 15K, I'll grow it that long. That's a promise. Yeah, and I love making that promise because I got the president's strategic sales here, and that's just awesome. You know? He's going to go back and say, all right, everyone's going out there.
We want you to shave it off.
Shave it off? No. No. The next part of this, I'd like to turn this over to someone that I don't think everyone here has met yet, and that is Aaron Cabot. Aaron works with me in the Oklahoma City office, and not only is he the tallest member of our Nuvox crew here today, but he is one of the main reasons that we look so good. The reason our retention is so retention is so high. There we are. Not the term. We want the term. The reason for retention is because we have folks like Aaron. And I want to let him chat with you a little bit about what he's going to be doing for the Telarus family as well. Mr. Campbell.
Test the mic here, see
It's this button.
here.
It's this button.
All right, that button?
Yeah, pretty good.
Don't go backwards. How you guys doing? I'm doing great.
Very good.
Man, I've talked to so many of you guys, and I've never got to meet anybody face to face. So I'm really excited about being here. Get to get out of the cave a little bit. Chris lets me out of the office from time to time, drags me along every now and then. So finally get to meet some of y'all. Account management. Man, I love that first slide. Let's put up retention. That is great. That's what I do. It's my job. It's my job to serve you guys. Account management, Nuvox Communications, the unique channel. We started probably about 7 years ago. I've been with Nuvox now 8 years. We knew we needed to differentiate ourselves out in the field to do something different to provide customers with just that extra step on customer care. And I don't really want to think about myself as a customer care agent or anything like that, but it's my job to champion the customers out there, to stand behind you guys. It's the #1 reason for Nuvox's low churn. We're out there, your customers have one point of contact, and that is me. Sometimes Chris, most times. Yeah. Two things that I do. There's two main roles, and that is retain and grow the existing base. Retention is the big thing. Proactive representative for Nuvox and a proactive representative for each one of you. Renew orders or renew existing customers. Move orders and renegotiations. On top of that, with growing customers, add-ons, adding new sites, and upgrades. So a couple of things that I'm going to be looking to do here in the near future, which I've already started on, renewals. We've got a lot of customers, a lot of Telarus customers out there. A lot of them are coming out of contract, so it's time to start looking to get them back on. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing is going through each and every one of those and getting with you if they're one of your customers and asking for a little bit of help and how you want to move forward on that. Adding new sites, another initiative I've got going on right now. I'm going through every single customer that Telarus has with Nuvox right now, and I'm getting on the internet, looking them up, seeing if there's any other additional sites that they might have out there that we haven't found out about yet. And if there are, I'm going to turn it over to you and ask how you want to go about it, and we'll work together. See about getting those additional sites on. Upgrades happen all the time. I love it when you guys call with a customer needs to be upgraded, but also, I'm speaking with those customers too quite a bit and working on upgrades with them and introducing add-ons. Google anyone? Google Docs. It's the big buzzword. When Chris was working on these slides with me on what we wanted to talk about up here, he was actually sharing these with me on Google Docs, so I had to jump right in because it's new. It's new to all of us.
10 feet away from me, but we still use Google.
Yeah.
How's this work?
Yeah, at least that way I don't have to hear him yell and just say, Google. So how does this help Telarus? How does my account manager help Telarus? Retaining customers, keeping the residual. That's the biggest thing for me. Building that relationship with the customer, building that relationship with you guys, so we can make sure that they're happy. We keep them on board and they stay with us. All new sites that either the customer comes to me or you guys come to me with those existing customers is upfront spiffs for you guys. So retaining the residual, upfront spiffs, upsells, adds to the residual, and extra support for you. If you can't get a hold of Chris, as some of you already know, you can call me at any time, and I try and get to my phone just like Chris does. So anything you need, you can always call me if you can't get a hold of Chris. And not 6 to 6. 9 to 4.
That's why he's there 6 to 6, right?
Yeah, that's Chris's job.
I don't have a cute little daughter. He does. So there to be daddy.
Yeah, I got to do that. Nuvox Telarus, we're not a sign and forget it company. We're very, very proud at Nuvox about the account management program. Not only is this program something that we have just for Telarus, we have it for every single customer that is with Nuvox. We have account managers in every single market that support each market. I am blessed to work with Chris. I also am kind of doing the same thing Chris is doing. I support a lot of Oklahoma City customers, and I'm slowly moving away from that as Telarus grows, and just so we get to the point where I'm supporting large customers on that. The customer to our customer, equal parts Nuvox, equal part Telarus. Without you guys, we wouldn't have them. And I rely on you guys so much for the input and support when I need some things done for customers. So, like I said, anything that I can do for you guys, I'm more than happy to help out. You guys are the key to our success. Another part of my job, I'm trying to keep you guys in the loop. It's easier said than it is done. Sometimes we get pretty busy, so there again, don't hesitate. If there's anything on a customer you guys need to know, just to get with me and let me know. I'm happy to be there. And that is all I've got.
All right. No more boring PowerPoint slides.
There we go.
Yay! Yeah. Well, we wanted to open up the floor. We want to bring the entire team up here, including my spunky little boss, with his lovely little idea for a nickname. He's just so special. Wow, this is where it gets dangerous. We want to open up the floor for Q&A. Great questions. We'll get a football thrown at them. Hopefully, it won't take your eyes out. Carson, your water.
Yeah, it's interesting to see you guys marketing a Google-branded service.
Yes.
I'm wondering how the customer relationship works as far as anything that the customer is getting from Google, and who owns the customer. And secondly, do you have any verbal or contractual assurances from Google that they will not sell bandwidth in the future or VoIP, other telecom services in the future, particularly to your customer base?
It had the word legal in it. So.
I'm still getting over the hair jokes. We struggle with that, okay? We do pay Google a good fixed take or pay amount every month. We do have some assurances at a very high level that we won't have that behavior. We do have some non-solicitation language, but it is not forever. So I don't know the answer to that. We thought we'd give the partnership a good try. We invested a lot of money in the partnership. We know Google wants to. If you look at, why is Microsoft chasing after Yahoo? Who uses Yahoo? I mean, I use it every once in a while, but I go to Yahoo, then I go to Google to do a search. So why does Microsoft want Yahoo so bad? Well, you understand it when you see Google starting to displace Exchange and Excel and Word and PowerPoint. And they're serious. Google is serious about going after that market. But they have no distribution. They don't have people like you, people like our direct sales force, people like Chris. And they understand the need for distribution. I don't think, just having done deals before with big distribution partners, I think we're going to be okay there. So there's much good faith right now, to be completely honest. There is not an entire guarantee that 5 years from now, they may not solicit mail directly to customers.
Hey, Chris, can you talk a little bit about the Google and, because a lot of those apps are free, and so how is that going to fit into the Nuvox in terms of us charging customers for free service?
We should take a different football. Right? We knew that was coming.
Yeah. Wait, he's a Texas fan, take that back. Actually, that's a great question.
Yeah.
And for those that have attended the Coffee Talk series, you know the answer to this already. The quickest answer to that, the free version is crap. We want folks to try it. We want folks to get out there and play with it a little bit. But it's not 100% business friendly. The first issue is storage. The storage on a free account is 7 gig. Storage on a business account is 25 gig. Next, Gmail is click through and add revenue generating. When you open Gmail, for those of you who've used it, got ads over on the sides, ads at the top. Those go away with our professional version. We also have live support, which with Google you don't have that. You have an email address, and well, this is the world's largest media company, so take an idea on how long they take to get back with you. With Nuvox, once this is fully launched, you'll be calling into our customer care group, press 1 for voice, press 2 for data, press 3 for Google, and get someone there that will actually help you create and get things rocking and rolling on Google. In fact, one of the things that's going to be really neat is our customer care reps for Google are going to be trained not just to listen to your question, but email you out a video showing you exactly what you need to do. In addition, we're bundling some services into the Google business apps that you can't get with the free version. The first one being the the spam and virus filter provided by Postini, which is a premium feature that you buy through Google. With us, it comes included with the product. So you'll have the spam and virus protection and Google Sites and Google Video, which Google Sites will give you the ability of, everyone loves the Telarus website, right? You can go on there, you can find all these different sections, training and so forth. Most companies don't have a genius like Patrick built. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, Andrew. I'm sorry, Patrick has to get all the credit. You're the Oklahoma State fans. We can't have Andrew here. But sorry, man. Go Folks. But they don't have much genius, huh? I said go Folks. Yeah. They don't have geniuses running this. Google gives them the ability to create these individual sites. My line for customers right now, do you have a Facebook page? Yes. You can build a Google site. And that all comes integrated for our packages. So the biggest things are the storage and the support. A whole bunch of extra stuff to go along with it. And that'll be my sales pitch to you later when we talk about moving Telarus over to it.
We use it.
Yes, exactly.
I see on the Google too. I was again on a call recently. It was a 6-person law firm. We just sold them a T1. We're about to leave, and I can't remember exactly how it came. The email question came up about Exchange. Someone made a complaint about their Exchange, and even a 6-person firm, they bought their Exchange a long time ago. They pay some guy $30 grand a year, roughly. It's just like an IT consultant person that comes out, 10 times a year and bills them, $3,000 every time it comes out. And so we're easily able to cost justify a 6-person, $9.99 a month, add-on to that. We just wrote it up right there. So it's not always, it's a door opener, it's a good conversation starter, but we might end up just selling the person what you want, and that's fine, right? Or we can just sold them the core product and we're walking out the door and something like that can happen. So it's just interesting it changes the dimension of the call from one dimension to multi-dimension. Yes, sir.
Just based on what you just said, I thought I heard that we can sell these products independently of selling them bandwidth. Is this a door opener immediately for a contract right now with another carrier?
Give that man a football.
Can we get a football back that far, Jake? You got enough arm for this?
Well, Sarah just threw us some cash, so I think it's time for football. God, that scared me. Yes, this is a standalone product. Right now, what we're looking for is roughly $250 to $350 worth of revenue. We don't want to do a onesie-twosie right now. We're looking for $250 to $350 worth of revenue in order to do a standalone sale, which is roughly 25 to 35 users. They don't all have to be in one location, though. They can be all over the place. So you have a company that's got 25 or more employees is a candidate for Google Business Apps, and I would love for you to sell it together with every single hotel circuit you guys do. That would make me very happy. Bill.
You mentioned something about video conferencing earlier, not to get away from Google Apps, not to get away from Google Apps, but you mentioned somewhere in your presentation that you guys do video conferencing.
That's actually part of Google. It's the video chat.
Is it a is software driven like GoToMeeting or something like that? Or?
Very similar, yes. It's basically you plug the webcam in, you use the Google Chat interface, and hi, we're chatting. You'll get to see that for live in person in a couple of weeks when we start doing our trainings via that.
So you can also, video conferencing, if you want to go a little higher up,
Yes.
Especially if you network with a Cisco VAR, just simply our Vox IP product with VoxNet Gold or Silver, and you can build an MPLS, private video path from your multiples if they're all on the network.
Are you referring to their telepresence system?
Exactly. By telepresence, and it rolls right in.
We need to talk.
Okay. Well, we literally have that up in our offices using it. Yes.
Talk.
Can you sell this outside of your footprint?
Cannot sell Google outside footprint. Can sell Snap only in footprint? Well, I should say that we do. We do let if your customer has 80% of their locations in our footprint, 20% out. We will use an NNI connection with another carrier.
Talking about Google or?
I'm talking about Google.
Oh, Google. Oh, I'm sorry.
Worldwide, wherever you want to sell it, you can sell it.
All right, good.
You can sell it to your neighbor.
It's all here tonight somewhere.
Chris, here's an example of like what we do at Telarus.
All right.
Adam converted.
He's going to be your next sales rep on the man. All the hands are shooting.
And,
Chris?